Yes, it's Sam Matterface, Scott Minto, and Alex Crookie's here. We're through till 1 o'clock this afternoon. Amorim had one window. Let's calm down. Top 6 this year would be acceptable. Top 4 would be amazing. 56-year match-going Manchester United fan from Manchester. 45-minute walk from house to sea. Oh, lovely. Manchester United Noel, that is, sorry. Lee Harrison. Manchester United are always one loss away from crisis with you lot. Europe is fine. Building blocks and healing is all we need this season. Crookie. Grimsby aside, the performances weren't that bad at all. I have been telling him that. Have I been telling you that on the Premier League All Access podcast? And you didn't. You're now starting to accept it, which is good.
We're just going to forget Grimsby happened then, are we?
Now the results are matching the efforts. You were wrong, Crook, Dave in Dagenham. Paul says, salty changing his mind like the wind. What's new? Paul... And straight into slagging Crookie off this morning, lads. Love it. But Sam, come on, you're wearing the same outfit as the skeleton in the background. Craig in Coatbridge. Good point. Good point. Hey, by the way,
very expensive top, by the way.
Can we? Yeah, I got it on sale though.
You paid for that.
Can we just, mate? You're wearing yesterday's outfit. Don't talk to me about what I'm wearing. Can we just, the reason we got straight into him, by the way, because, you know, we obviously do sometimes get a little bit of stick for giving him stick, which is unbelievable, really, bearing in mind the way he operates away from the microphone. But he kept me and Scott waiting this morning for the Premier League All Access podcast because he was hungover.
Travelling.
Travelling.
He did well to get up.
And he's got a new catchphrase. He's got a new catchphrase, right?
Where's this going?
Every time something goes right for him and we're all there, he just taps us on the back now and says, lads, it's Crookie's world, you're just all living in it. Seriously.
Is he talking to the people now?
He actually says it.
I've said it once.
No, you haven't.
Maybe twice.
You've said it this morning already, and you said it when we were in the middle of a bar last week with a load of
After
lads.
landing a big accumulator for the stag party. It's what I do.
How did it go yesterday, by the way?
Like you said, it
Not
is
very well
Crookie's
yesterday.
world, and we're
Not
just
very well
living in
yesterday.
it. David is a Manchester United fan. Hello, David.
He's not actually wrong.
Morning, gentlemen.
How are you? What do you want to say about Manchester
I'm
United?
good.
Are you realigning your expectations?
Not really, gentlemen, to be honest. I mean, I've been on the show a number of times. I've spoken to James, Simon, and Danny, Andy. I have been a fan of Amorim since day one, and I've backed him consistently. Now, I think people, obviously the media, you guys, I understand you have a job to do, and you have to make up, stories, and you have to be talking points, and get people involved, and I get that. But the reality is, and I said this before, I said Amorim, when he came in, he's had one of the biggest turnaround jobs to do in English football that we've had in a long, long time. The club has been in a massive disarray. It's not just about spending money and putting 11 players in the field. We are restructuring the whole club. That means mentality, morals, vision, integrity, application to the shirt. Everything else that comes along with it. So for me, I've always said that what happens on the pitch is going to be the final product once all the work in the background starts making sense. And it's funny how football can turn so quickly. Now we see Slot is under massive pressure now, and I'm not here obviously as a United fan, and I have great pleasure in watching Liverpool struggling at the moment. Of course I do, but the reality is, and I'm not here to try and back Liverpool up, but let's understand that they spent 400 million, right? And people are talking about them spending a lot of money, but Man United have spent a lot of money over the last 10 years. That does not guarantee that you're going to get success. And it's showing it now. I mean, I've got obviously a lot of Liverpool friends, and we made. I told them at the beginning of the season, you guys we've got Isak, we've got Wirtz, we've got this. We're going to win the league this year. We're going to run away because we're so.
David, we're straying into Liverpool territory. We're trying to focus on Manchester United and what we think they should achieve this season. But I think what your point was. Hold on, we'll come back to you just a second. But I think what his point was initially was that getting the stuff sorted out off the pitch was really important for Manchester United in terms of. It's been 20 years under the Glazers. You've got to get the structure behind the scenes right in order to get what's right on the pitch correct.
Yeah, I mean, they've been crying out for a sporting director for a number of years. I still think the jury's out on Jason Wilcox at this moment in time, but it was a good transfer window. You look at the impact that Cunha and Mbeumo, two tried and tested Premier League players, have made. The goalkeeper has made a good impact as well. So you have to say, and Steve Bruce mentioned this when we were on air earlier this week, for the first time in a long time, the recruitment has been decent. And what they've also emboldened Ruben Amorim to do, and I think this is really important, is to cleanse that dressing room. And I looked down at the pitch at Anfield after that win against Liverpool, and you saw the likes of Joshua Zirkzee, who wants out of the club, seemingly to get more playing time, but he was very much part of that victory. He was celebrating with his teammates, and it looks like a real united camp for a change, to excuse the pun.
What Jason Wilcox said, even though I agree with Crookie, he shouldn't necessarily be coming out of the back of 3 straight wins, because in 3 games it could be the opposite. But what he said was absolutely right. It's not just about the talent; it's about the character. You know, I go back to I played at Old Trafford against the likes of Beckham, Keane, Giggs, Scholes, etc., etc. You know, every single one of them were captains, leaders, and were able to handle what it's like to wear the shirt of Manchester United. There's too many players who I feel were either very good talent-wise, but couldn't handle the character, or perhaps just not good enough. So it's about getting that combination right. Once they get it right, and again, it does turn very, very quickly. Suddenly, everything's very positive. And I think it's a really good call, actually, because he's absolutely spot on. Off the field needed to be sorted, and then on the field will come on naturally. My worry was about Ruben Amorim is that, and I've looked back into his, in Portugal where he's been in the manager, and he wasn't at many clubs in Portugal, but he played the same system every time. So it's almost like, this is the hill I'm going to die on. Is it going to work or is it not?
This is the blueprint.
Absolutely.
This is how I work.
Now, you look at Mateus Cunha, you look at Brian Mbeumo, Premier League ready already. Very good players. My argument would be, did they need that? The goalkeeper for me was the most important. And to be fair,
he's made a massive difference, by the way.
He's made a massive difference. There's still, it's not long enough at the moment to judge him, but he's come in and he's made a great first impression.
And sometimes, actually, Scott, it helps if you're lucky. And he was a little bit lucky at times in that Liverpool game. There was a couple of efforts that hit the post. There was one that flicked just off him and onto the post and then hit the crossbar. And those moments actually were really crucial for him, because he's been able to keep a couple of clean sheets or make a couple of big saves in games as well. That's given him confidence, and the defence in front of him confidence. You talked about the number of matches that they've won. Actually, Leon says, what about the fact that we've won 3 games on the trot? That's great, but I think we need to calm down. What we need to do is keep this up. If Manchester United win the next 3 games, then it may be a sign that things are starting to turn around. But we've seen over the last few years that just when we think that things are improving, we take a few steps back. It's a long season. Let's see where we are around Easter. The next 3 games in Nottingham Forest tomorrow, Tottenham away from home, and then Everton on a Monday Night Football live on talkSPORT on the 24th of November. Sammy's a Manchester United fan in Bedfordshire. Hello.
Good morning, gentlemen. Pleasure speaking to you all.
Nice to speak to you. What do you want to say to Alex Crook and Scott Minto?
Yeah, I agree with Alex. I normally agree with Alex. I think he's one of the best in his field. I think we can't get carried away. For me, every game is like a cup final. It's a win by win. We have to win, keep on winning, as Scott said, and not get carried away. I think the players are showing unity against Liverpool. We didn't. When they scored, we didn't give up. We carried on. Wanting to go for the win. So we have to carry on that now. Even Amman is looking like he's more active on the sideline and getting in touch with the players during the games and coaching.
Yep, they need to keep on track, don't they, Sammy? Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Sean is a Manchester United fan. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Sean. What do you want to say?
I just wanted to talk about how the club's going in the right direction, and hopefully we will soon see Man United up there again.
And how do you think they achieved that? I mean, obviously results have upturned in the last few weeks, but it's got to be consistent. How much investment do you think they're going to need again? Because it's not going to be a short process, is it? It's a big job.
Yeah, but I just think like Jason Wilcox and Sir Jim Ratcliffe, they all are going in the right direction. I feel like they will invest in a couple more players, certainly in the midfield area. So, and then hopefully we see the best of Ruben Amorim's Man United side. And currently, right now, we're in top 6, but I feel like we can challenge for the league next season if we get the right players. Do you agree with
what Crook said about the club feeling as if it's united again?
Oh yeah, 100%. I feel that's another thing that Ruben Amorim's helped with the club. He's made it more united, more connected, and yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. That's Sean, Manchester United fan, 03717 722 3344. Hi, Sam, Alex and Scott. I think Manchester United have made a very good start to the season, particularly when you look at the fact that they've had the hardest start to the campaign. Fixture-wise, according to Opta, having faced Arsenal, City, Chelsea, Liverpool and Brighton already. On top of that, we started this season with a completely new forward line, which has now started to click after the initial few games. Lomans in goal is a huge signing, as we're no longer giving away goals for free. The challenge is to win the title, and that title challenge is incoming. Rob in Manchester, very optimistic. 0371722 3344. That's the number to call if you want to get in touch. Lots to get through between now and 1 o'clock. We're going to talk about the FA Cup. It returns tonight with Forest Green Rovers and Luton. Jack Wilshere against Robbie Savage.